Hey everybody, it's obviously a podcast. Glad to see everybody showed up. Glad to see everyone here. Hope everybody had a good week, good Easter week, good time with the fam. Maybe watch some baseball. I don't know what you did, but I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Let's get into it. Let's get into week 2. Let's break it down. Go ahead and address the elephant in this room. Yeah, I'm wearing a pink sweater. It was chilly in here, and it was the closest piece of clothing to me. So I decided to put it on. And yeah, it's Rays. But I don't care. Alright, so 2 stressful weeks so far. I think for a lot of teams. Except for one. And I'm not really going to mention his name. Because I don't really care to mention his name. Because probably going to be mentioning his name a lot next week because I play him. And I just, I want to try to keep my distance away from really talking about him. Because it's just going to piss me off. Because I already know how it's going to go. And yeah, I'm Dobsoning right now, or whatever the hell you guys say that I do. Guess we'll go ahead and break into top 5 batters. Actually, let's go ahead and break into your top 6 teams if the playoffs were to begin today, or yeah, technically today. They would be Rally Monkeys, Tripping Billies, Make My Team Great Again, D's Chapman Nuts, Mud Dogs, and Rayford Peaches. Granted, the teams that are below the top 6, it's anybody's game from 7, 8, and 9. Okay? There's some issues going on down at the bottom. Eric. And Robbie's joining you down there. How the mighty have fallen. And really, by mighty, I just mean Robbie was, number 2 last week, and now he's number 11. But I know Eric, man, and I know he prides himself on having a good team every year. And I'm not saying he's got a bad team right now. I think he's got a good team. Just having some issues with some pitchers is what he feels. But, I mean, he came storming Norman right back. And it was a good matchup, Eric. And I will, just like I started off saying, it was stressful to me. I did not enjoy the last couple of days playing you. Top 5 batters. I just hate this. I hate making a trade and then seeing that player go off. And then when I am doing this podcast, then I see that the player that I traded away is the number 1 batter right now in Yahoo League, in all of baseball. He's got 18 RBIs. Marcell Ozuna went stupid after I traded him. Oh, I know what you're going to say. Well, so did Yoenis Cespedes. Okay, but Marcella had more consistency throughout his tear-up. And hell, I mean, all Yoenis does is just hits for power. Now that's a bad thing. That's actually something I want to talk about a little bit here, a little bit later. But granted, I drafted the dude for $1, and I traded him for Yoenis Cespedes, and here Marcell Ozuna is like tearing it up, and I think he's like 6, maybe got 6 more RBIs than the next guy. So, I mean, it's pretty dang significant what he put up this week. Miguel Sano. Another guy coming up. Yasiel Puig. Jesus Christ, I dropped him. This is just poor managerial skills. Now, this next name that I bring up, I keep thinking back to the draft, and I really get pissed off every time I read this dude's name. And I'm pissed at one person, Chris. And here's why I get pissed off. Eric Thames, however you say his last name. Robbie went out there and wanted to get him for $1 or whatever it was, the low bid that Robbie had to place. And then Chris interjects, okay, after everyone is pretty much kind of befuddled and dumbfounded over who this guy is. And Chris interjects and puts his own little, guys, can somebody bid again? Because I had him at $20. Next year, Chris, keep your fucking mouth shut, okay? I don't care that he's on your team now. I mean, I do. But the problem that I have is that you're running your fucking mouth. And it pissed me off, okay? Let the new guy maybe do whatever he's going to do. But he had, and just like everybody else, had an ample opportunity, just like you're behind. I'm going to try to cut back on the curse words. But just like you, okay? Before Robbie even got that opportunity to draft that dude, and then you ran your big freaking mouth, okay? Kind of pissed me off. I'm going to bring that up again. I can bet you. Because, I mean, I didn't know anything about this kid. And I like to think that I do a little bit of research before the draft of players, rookies or not. I don't know, man. That just, for some reason, and everyone that is watching this was there that day for that draft. You all heard me, and you heard what Eric or Chris said. I don't know why I keep saying Eric, but you heard. Pissed me off, man. Shut your fucking mouth and help me with the sale. Anyways, he's number 4. And number 5, Francisco Lindor. All right. Those are your top 5 batters after week 2. Check them out. They're all available for sale. Top 5 pitchers. And I still don't hear Clayton Kershaw's, but I will next week. Mark my words. Consider them marked. Right down at the bottom. James Paxton. Look, I watched a little bit of that Mariners game. That dude is... Dude, he's awesome. Okay? And I'm really jealous of you, Josh. I think Josh has him. What is he at? Like 20 innings, 22 innings pitched, and he hasn't given up an earned run yet? That's pretty good. Irvin Santana. Jeez. Chris Sale, Dallas Keuchel, and Noah Syndergaard are your top 5 pitchers right now in Yahoo. Instead of doing available starting pitchers, I have to embrace relief pitchers. As much as I don't want to, I have to. So if you need a reliever, maybe go check a few of these guys out. I like to always do 3 for some reason. Adam Warren of the Yankees. This dude actually has more innings pitched than my Aroldis Chapman. I believe he has 2 more strikeouts than him and just as many saves and holds. And after looking at the standings, the Yankees are on a pretty good little run. I know Bill's excited, not just about his Yankees, but generally all the time. Sorry. But Adam Warren is out there, and he's free. You don't have to spend $21 on him like D's Nuts did. Matt Bush. There's an issue going on with Sam Dyson this year. Okay, last year I think he was pretty decent at a relief pitcher. I had him on my team. I went out there, picked him up. There seemed to be no moral dilemma with anybody else trying to get Sam Dyson. And I wouldn't be surprised if Texas says, have a seat, we're going to have a new closer come in. Because I have seen that dude. He has given up almost the most. He's given up some earned runs, okay? I wish I had written down and came more prepared for this. But the dude sucks, okay? So I don't trust Sam Dyson at all. But behind him is there's a few people. Matt Bush may be one of them. So maybe you want to get some Bush in your life. And Hector Neris. And again, I'm not a supporter of relief pitchers at all, but it's an aspect of scoring, and we need it because I'm not going to do like I did last year and just blatantly give up the saves plus hold position every week. And not to mention, they also contribute in ERA and WHIP. Some in a negative, some in positive, and some just whatever. But relief pitchers, to me, in my own opinion, when I'm pulling up these stats with us having saves plus holds, it's almost like you could just pick up any one of them, really, from any team, and you could get really good stats from them. In my opinion, you don't need to go out there and have a Kenley Jensen or an Aroldis Chapman like I do. You could really just go out there and pick up any one of them. And here's the reason why I feel that way. There seems to be a huge dilemma going on right now in the world of baseball. Because pitchers, starting pitchers, are not getting the job done. They are struggling. Now, again, it may be the weather. I don't know. Everybody always says, oh, the ball travels lighter in cold weather. My balls go up inside me. I don't know what these other people's balls are doing. But 5 innings, okay? 5 innings is what we're seeing, a consistency with these starting pitchers. Some of them even aren't even getting out of the third or the 4th inning. And relievers are coming in just about every other inning. So if you have the lead, if your team, in the scheme of Major League Baseball, if there's a lead that you have, and you have a relief pitcher come in, there you go. And they hold the team to even just getting 1 out. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, after you watch this video, but if you have the lead and it's not over 4 runs or 3 runs and they get 1 out, isn't that a hold? I mean, so again, I just think that stat, that one individual stat, the saves plus hold, you literally could just, go and it's like picking up weeds in your front yard. They're right there for the picking. You can just grab one of them up and just be like, just throw that dude on my team and no big deal. I don't need to go out there. Again, it's not really something that is a big deal right now, but maybe in the next upcoming draft, it may be something that will definitely affect the draft, having this knowledge and information placed on you. Is that relief pitchers are becoming more and more relevant to the game of baseball. But again, Chris, I'm not agreeing with you that I think it should be a part of our stats. I'm agreeing with the argument that you've always made with that they're becoming relevant in baseball, because these star pitchers, for the sake of maybe a handful of them, they're not getting out of the fifth inning. They're pitching like 70, 80 pitches, and then a manager's like, all right, come on out. We're going to put somebody else in there. And I don't know, it kind of pisses me off, especially with like the Greinke's and Clayton Kershaw is worth every penny that, hold on, let me back up. In the world of the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw is worth every penny that they're paying him. But they're probably paying Kenley Jansen quite a bit of money too. So, again, relief pitchers, they're out there. I think I was on that tangent a little bit too long, but it's something that I felt like expressing, and I know Chris just got a big old chubby from it, and enjoy that. Go ahead and lube up and be like, oh, relievers. Look, there's some available bats out there, but I don't know, man. Not too many. Again, I talked last week about shortstops and starting pitchers and how there's a lack thereof with those. Even the ones that are on people's rosters, look, they're in short supply. Shortstops. But I don't know if he's just maybe found something, but Zach Kozar is out there and he has one of the best batting averages in baseball. The Cincinnati Reds are not doing too bad, but I just don't trust. I mean, in my opinion, I don't trust Zach. You look at all of his seasons in the past, and he's at best maybe a 250 batting average. I think in our league we need a little bit more than that. So I know 250 is pretty good. I'd settle for 250 batting average, but whatever. Travis Deonard from the Mets. He's a catcher. You may want to check him out. And Ender Inciarte. He had a big week this past week with the Braves. He used to be on my team. I drafted him. I believe he hits in front of Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman's pretty good first baseman. And the Braves are actually on a winning streak too. I mean, flying under the radar. And see, again, here's my issue with some of these starting pitchers. Look, dude, Bartolo Colon, really? The dude is like 42 years old, and he's outlasting and outpitching some of these young guys. It blows my mind. I'm just baffled. I'm like looking at Ray's team, and I'm like, really? You have that fat bastard on your team? I'm a Braves fan, but even when they signed him, I was like, really? Why are they spending money on this dude? I know why now. The dude he's getting wins. I just, I don't get it. But baseball, man, it's a beautiful disaster. But you gotta keep watching it. It's like a train wreck. You just keep watching it. I'm like, I can't look away. Sorry, man. I know I'm taking up like 20 minutes of your time. I'm not used to being able to be on here this long, but Yahoo's been nice to me the last few ones. So again, check out, those batters. Check out some relief pitchers. been a few trades done this week. Not many, not as many as there was. Everybody's trying to now get a feel for their teams. I get it. Be like, I just want to wait. I don't know. So I enjoy there's some banter still going on my phone. I don't know who's available, so don't ask, because I don't know. But it's time for me to go ahead and give myself the oops of the week. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I give it to myself. Why in the world I even benched Jose Ramirez? I can't explain it, but boy, I will not make that mistake again. I hope not. 4 for 4. 3 runs, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Sitting there at an OPS, or OPB. I keep saying OPS. OPB of 1,000. And that's Saturday. He just blew up. I really had, I think I had a deep sadness inside of me just seeing all those stats. I hate seeing stats on my bench. I hate it. And I know they're going to be there, but you want to think to yourself, no, I got I'm doing good every day. I'm going to put the right player in every damn day. I look at my matchup ratings. I'm looking at who the pitcher is. I know who's going out there. There's a trend that's going on with this batter. He's a little cold right now, and I really think that was the only reason that I benched him, because I felt like the Indians were kind of in a little slump, and he was right along with them, and then, geez Louise. But somebody's got to get it. And why not be me? Oops of the week goes to this guy right here. So I'll, after the win, I will proudly take it and hopefully not do it again. Again, Eric, good competition. Way to come back and pull a me from last week. Only... yeah, you pulled a me and lost. Oh, man. So, really, that's it. That's all I got this week, guys. I think I did a little bit of opinionated talk. I know, again, that Chris is just now finishing up ejaculating from the thought of me somewhat agreeing with him about relievers. Matchup of the week. Look, I think there's a few of them out there. Reader wants to get back on top, as does Eric. And I know Eric is starving for a win, and I know him. He's going to get right back on that horse. And like I said, I really think 7, 8, 9, and I think 10, it's really anybody's season right now. It's very competitive, very close, but Captain Redbeard and Swinging Low kind of hanging down at the bottom, got to start getting some wins. And I know Eric's competitive nature is like, I got to make some trades. Something's got to happen because my team is not doing good. So I think Reader and Eric will have a good matchup, some good banter going on between them two. Bill and Mike at the top. Looking forward to seeing what happens there. It's actually kind of good to see Mike up at the top. And this dude is actually, again, another flying underneath the radar season for him. Freaking Mike, he's got a pretty good team. I'm pretty pissed about you dropping Trevor Story, though. And the only reason I'm pissed about it is not so much that I wanted Trevor Story, because I had every opportunity to pick him up just like anyone else did, is the fact that you give your brother another tackling fuel against people. There is commodities out there, dude, okay? It's like you're just leaving a container of fuel on the side of the road during the apocalypse, and people are trying to get from one place to another, and your brother just comes along and picks up the tank of gas. Okay? Shortstops, all right? They're out there in a very small portion. Okay? And you're out there just dropping them leisurely like fucking hotcakes at McDonald's. All right? You need to wise up, Mike, and quit being stupid like me and dropping people and making trades. Okay? We need to have a group session. Look, I have talked way too long. I think I like hearing the sound of my own voice. But I got to say it again. And I guess the matchup of the week is going to be me and Chris. I don't know why. But every ounce of my body wants to whoop your fucking ass. Have a good week, Chris. Have a good week, guys. Happy Easter again. Do you like my shirt?